Good afternoon and welcome to another edition and great show of Next Level Youth Track and Field Talk Show. I'm your host, Coach John. Today I have with me my co-host,
Jean.
Coach Tony is off today. He is on vacation again. Sooner or later he gonna stack up to he gonna catch up to Trump in a minute, as many vacations as he's taking. I'm sure he's at home watching right now. So I'm not going to talk too bad about him because he'll call in a minute. I know he'll call in. You going to say something, John?
Yeah, I was going to say today we have our guest, Genoa Sires from Carroll High School, which is located in D.C., and she will be our guest today.
We also have, along with her in the building, her coach, Coach Raw, who is an outstanding coach in the community, not only just at Carroll, but he's also doing great things in the region with a lot of the top level athletes. You know, I'll let him enlighten you guys on that. But he's one of the outstanding and next level coaches that we have in this community. And it's an honor definitely to have him on the show and one of his prize athletes. He's been at Carroll for not even a year. And the development that he's doing over there in that program is definitely showing. You can see it on the track. You can see it in his athletes from week to week. So it's definitely a great pleasure of having him on the show today as well. In the beginning, there was a tremendous track meet yesterday, the Bullis Invitational, the third year that they've had this over there at the Bullis in Potomac. A lot of top athletes came through for that track meet, all up and down the East Coast. Great meet. The weather held up. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, some of the athletes that came through, some of the winners in the events. So I'll let Jean take over that a little bit.
To start off, we had Lauren Hoffman run U.S. #1 time in the girls 400-meter hurdles with a time of 49.05. Lauren Hoffman attends Battlefield High School. Also for the boys 4x1 final, boys 100-meter dash final, we had Eric Harrison in first place from St. John's with a time of 10.62. DeJuan Ellis from McDonough School with a time of 10.63 in second place. And William Henderson from Baltimore Poly in third place with a time of 10.66.
And before we go any further, like we do, or I try and get you guys to do before when we start every show, please share the feed. Share the feed with everybody in your network. Please let them know that we're on so that they can watch the show as well. Please participate in the show. Our call-in number is 301-429-9247. Again, 301-429-9247. Trying to hit a 5,000 mark today of viewers. Please share the feed as much as you can so that everyone else can enjoy the show as well. Let's see. Yesterday in the women's 100-meter dash finals, had the young lady Deja Lampkin come through and just pretty much set the track on fire. She won it in 11:59, pretty much running away. Ashley from Bullis came in second. We had our girl Lauren Morgan, Elizabeth Seaton, following that up in third with 11:92. Ashley went 11:88. She's coming off injury, so she's starting to come back into form and look pretty good. We had Maya from Holden Arms coming fourth. Corey Carter from Nasmon River, she came in fifth. And Lauren Harris in sixth place from Bullis. She came in sixth place with a time of 12.07. Excellent meet, stacked heat, nothing but talent from top to bottom. And Deja just, she put on a clinic. She really put on a clinic. She looked very good yesterday. Strong, powerful, technique looked outstanding. Looking for nothing but great things from that young lady. So that was the finals. That was the results for the girls 100-meter dash finals from the Bullis Invitation. You gonna do the boys?
Yeah. So for the boys 110 hurdle finals, we had William Henderson, a guest that we had a couple weeks back on our show, come in first place with a time of 14.02. Then in second place was Colin Smith from Frederick Douglass High School. Third place was Kyle Garland from Germantown Academy. And fourth place was Jaquan Blackley from Western Branch High School in Virginia. He ran a 14.81.
Was that it? Win?
Fourth place? Or
Oh, you talking about fourth place?
Fourth place was Jaquan Blackley from Western Branch.
Okay. Let's see. The women's 4x1 meter relay. We had Bullis in first with 45.90. Paul Robeson came in second, 47.32. Bullis B team came in third, 47.68. I believe Jean was on that B team for that 47.68. Bloomfield High School came in fourth. Nasmon was fifth, and Frederick High came in sixth place. Great 4x1 standing yesterday. Bullis pulled it out again with a 47.90. I'm sorry, that was 45.9.
Bullis boys also took first place in the 4x1 finals yesterday with a 42.67. And then coming in second was Suitland High School. Third was Deptford High School. And fourth was Westlake High School. This was a pretty good meet.
Very good meet. Very good meet. I'm gonna skip to the girls' long jump. In the girls' long jump, we had Taylor Grimes from Bishop McNamara. She took first. Sierra Plows took second from Bullis. Jada took third. Joyner took fourth. Alexis from Bullis took fifth. And Jonah from Archbishop took sixth place yesterday. I'm sorry. Genoa took sixth place yesterday at the Bullis Invitational. That happens from time to time. She asked people at the meet yesterday. It was awful. But great meet. That was the girls' long jump. What do you have next?
I have the boys triple jump from yesterday's meet.
Line.
With first place.
Line.
With the first place, Isaac Bynum from Suitland High School in first place. Langston Steffens from Bullis School in second place. And Ty Tren in third place from Blake High School.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Again, overall, outstanding meet. Jolie, the head coach of Bullis, put on a great meet yesterday. We had a number of schools all up and down the East Coast of 10. Western Branch, Nasmon River, Carl, Riverdale Baptist, outstanding school. St. John's, Polytech.
Having all these teams come out that were high performers really made this year's meet the difference between the past 2 years. It wasn't your average local meet. It felt like preparing for New Balance or going to Penn Relays. This was a high quality track meet, so in my opinion, this was the best one we've had so far.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's definitely the best one so far. It definitely beats the first year.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a good nippy 2 degrees outside. It definitely beats the first year. Yeah, again, just outstanding meet. Done well, officiated excellent. Time went smooth. Pretty much stayed on schedule the whole meet. I think we may have been 20 minutes off time the entire meet. So I definitely want to tip my hat to the entire staff there that worked the Bullis Invitational meet as well. And we're going to move on from here. Is there anything else in the track and field you want to talk about? Anything else nationally?
No.
Collegiate? Anything on the collegiate level?
Nope.
No? All right, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and we will come back with both of our guests from Carroll High School. We'll be back real soon. Welcome back to Next Level Youth Track and Field Talk Show. This is your platform. We're just your hosts. It's your show. Please share the feed. Also call in, as we've given you the call-in number. Call in to give our guest today, Genoa Sires, the appreciation and accolades that she deserves. She is currently the record holder at Archbishop Carroll in the long jump, the high jump, the 55, and the 60-meter dash. She holds all of those records at Carroll, and she's a sophomore. So you know those are coming down. Whatever's standing right now, it's not going to hold up because she's just a sophomore. So she's definitely going to increase those.
Genoa is also DC number 1 in the long jump, DC number 2 in the 200-meter dash, DC number 3 in the 60-meter dash and the high jump, and DC number 4 in the 55-meter dash.
DC number 4 in the 55-meter dash. You know, so I just asked. I don't even know why I asked. I should have known it was at the complex. But your coach would probably tell you we didn't run on that type. Did he ever tell you we don't run? We never ran on that type of surface.
No, he never told
He
me.
never told you?
No.
Yeah, we didn't have an indoor track. No, so we ran on like a gym,
Like basketball.
like a basketball court. That's what we ran on. That. And so when you see the times from back in the day, know that one, they didn't have on spikes, and two, they weren't running on an official track. It was a makeshift, taped up gym floor. That's what it was. And if we were at the Armory, and you were sliding all over the place, we had to throw water on the floor to get traction. Yes, we had to throw water on the floor to get traction before you ran. Because if you didn't, and you tried to bend that turn, you'd slide right off the track.
Some teams still run at the Armory.
That's sad. That shouldn't happen. That just shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen.
Amen.
You said what, man?
Amen on that one.
Yeah. Hey, coach, do me a favor. Slide up now, coach. You can slide up. Bring your chair on up. So we got the talented Genoa Sires in the building from Archbishop Curl, along with her coach, Coach Raw. So we're going to get into it a little bit about just track and field. You know, what the young lady likes, what she doesn't like, how she's improved from her freshman year. I mean, really, to hold these stats as a sophomore is excellent. That's an just an excellent accomplishment as far as what she's doing as a young athlete, as well as the coaching staff over there, and helping her to achieve these lengths in the long jump, as well as the times in the 55 and 60 meter, because there's no cupcake competition over here at all.
Nope.
So it's not like you running against a bunch of cupcakes. You running against national talent. And that track meet yesterday really speaks to that, right? And it speaks to, you know, you, Lauren, Ashley, Eric Allen, Eric Harrison, William. It speaks to what you all are doing on the track, which is why these schools from other states want to come in and run at the Bullets Invitational, because they know we have a lot of talent here for them to compete against, right? So it's not like they just going to some remote location and nobody in that area is within US 20, right? We got a lot of talent here, you know, and you're one of those people. So that meet is going to continue to grow because of what's in this area, you know. So that's what you guys are going. That's what y'all are putting down on the track. So let's talk a little bit about, I guess, about well, we're gonna get into the DC Championship in a minute. We got a caller on the line. Caller, thank you for calling in. Next Level Youth Track and Field Talk Show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Gotta turn up. You got it.
You wanna hear him talking to you?
Caller, are you there?
Yes, this is Alma Willa. I'm Genoa's auntie, here representing her New York crew and family. We're calling to wish you all the best, Genoa. We know that you are a fabulous runner, and we're very, very proud of you.
Thank you, Auntie. Love you.
Say hi, Genoa.
Hi. Hi.
Well, that's the New York family calling in.
Yeah,
again.
yeah, I gotta tell me because that's
Thank you, caller. We appreciate the call. That's the New York family calling in to show you love. Please share the feed for us. Share the feed, share the feed, share the feed. So give us a little bit of insight as far as the DC Championship, because I know, you know, from your stats in that meet, you pretty much started, you know, jumping off the chart then. So you must have been in peak condition, mind ready and ready to go.
Yeah, my mind was right. I had a little leg problem with my T-band, so it was kind of like tight, like really tight than usual. And I knew DC States was a really important meet, so I had to get rid of the fear of trying to hurt it and perform like how I was training. So, and I did all those events pretty much in like 15, 20 minutes, going from the 55 back to long jump to high jump. Yeah, so it was a lot, but
yeah, it's pretty demanding. A lot of people don't. Well, a lot of athletes that are just track runners and not necessarily field event runners don't understand the back and forth. And
Yeah,
really,
it's a lot of back and forth.
right, that you don't have much time to prepare from this to that, because you got to check in and you got to run 100, then you got to go back and you got to get in some of your jumps, or you got to go get in some of your jumps on the high jump. So it's hectic, you know. I'm sure if it could have been fixed, it'd have been fixed a long time ago, but it is what it is to keep the schedule and the track meet flowing. But yeah, you don't have much time to think. Did that help as far as, you know, kind of minimizing the fear of the injury, because you really didn't have much time to think about it?
Yeah, it helped a lot. If I had more time to think about it, I would have overthought it and not done so good as I've done so.
Right. Yeah, overthinking, we all do it. You know, and as coaches, Coach Raw, I'm sure he can speak to this himself.
Okay.
We can tell you 1,000 times, but until you actually feel it and do it yourself, then it doesn't really matter, right? Until you can kind of block out that mental excitement, that mental fear and frustration. But once you get to the point and you're able to do it, then it's like clockwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like clockwork. John, do you have any questions?
Yeah, my question for you is, how, like, when you're practicing during the week, how do you balance doing work on the track and work on, like, during your field events? Like, on one day, do you do just field events? Another day, do you do just track work? Or do you combine them? Like, how does that work for you?
Yeah, it's a mix of both. Sometimes it's combined, sometimes it's not. There will be days where we strictly just do long jump, and there will be days where we strictly just do running and, you know, lots of 200s, 100s. So it's a combination, and some days I do both. So, and then on other days we travel someplace else to work on high jump because we don't have a high jump mat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a caller. Thank you for calling in the Next Level Youth Track and Field. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, you're on. Can you hear us?
Fort Washington, Maryland.
I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Sherwa Sires, the sister of Genoa.
Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome to the show. Did you have a question for your sister?
Yes. I want to ask her what her goal is in the future with track and field.
Excellent question.
My goal in the future is to get a scholarship in track and field because I like the sport and I think I could be somebody in the future. So I really just want to use this to get into college.
Okay. Well, thank you for the call, caller. Please share the feed for us. Please share the feed to all of your friends. So when did you get into track? What age were you when you got into track?
I started track when I was 3 or 4 years
3?
old. Yeah, I was really young. My sister was doing track.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
I thought I'm sorry.
I was like 3 or 4.
You're making me feel good right now. Who's the bad parent?
I don't have a bad parent.
Who signed you up at the age of 3? Because this one right here, she always tell me I'm the bad parent because she's been playing sports and training all her life. So who signed you up at the age of 3?
My mom started me at 3 because when my sister was running, she was like in the 4th grade and I was about 3 years old. So when she was running, I just hop on the track and run too. So, yeah.
So wow, you've been that long.
Yep.
Wow, that's a long time. That's definitely a long time. That's definitely a long time for you to have seen high jump, long jump, hurdles, and now I'm hearing that you're starting to train as far as trying to get into running the hurdles a little more. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because we know you've put down good times when it comes to the long jump, 55 and the 60. So what's it like now transitioning over into the hurdles? Or how long have you actually been doing the hurdles?
I've been doing hurdles since I was about 12.
Okay.
So I've gotten better over the years, and I'm still trying to get better in the hurdles. It's not my number 1 event, but as I work on it more, it will be just as good as long jump or running events.
Mm-hmm. Was your mom a hurdler?
No, she didn't run track. My dad ran track. So.
Okay. She's pointing out all the things that she wants you to do, though.
Yeah, very supportive.
Mom wants to see if you can do it in the hurdles as well. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Is something you want to say, John?
So as far as I know I sometimes do like things before meets, pre-ritual things, like get my mind right. Do you have any?
Yeah, sometimes I listen to music before my events or while I'm doing my events. Like if I'm running before I get in the blocks, I say like a quick little prayer. Or when I'm on the runway for long jump, I jingle my fingers for like good luck. So it's just for good luck, and so I can do good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all at some point in our professional careers have some type of pre-game ritual that we all try and do and adhere to because we think it's going to put our mind where we need it to be to go out there and really perform on that level. Hey, Coach, give me a little insight. I've seen a couple of your practices, and I know, you know, just by looking at the practices, the style that you go through as far as the different drills, all the way up into you know, just the progression part. I've seen the progression of how you take your athletes through the practice.
Are we talking in general long jump or just everything?
No, just everything. So how do you, you know, what's your mindset, or how do you formulate that practice? Do you formulate your practice around your athletes, or do you try and mold your athletes to come around to your style and your view of where you want to get them to? How do you mesh the two?
Well, I formulate all of my practices to the athlete.
Okay.
In the beginning, you know, pre-season, I start feeling out who the athlete is with the general conditioning where we're doing our runs together, we're going hills together, we're doing weight rooms. Then I'm starting to look at certain things that they do well. Just on test days, you know, get some test runs done, get some test jumping done, just to see how their body is anatomically acting. And then we can start formulating a plan based on who that person is. Right. Physically and mentally. Right. Right. Because the mental piece is just as important to me as the physical piece. I got to know who I'm dealing with as an athlete. I got to be able to speak to you, and you have to be able to understand what I need from you and why. I'm one of the coaches who likes to explain in the beginning why everything's about to happen. And then we're going to progress from A to Z. Case in point, in long jump, we started with Genoa from the beginning because I looked at tape, I looked at film, we started talking about what I saw, what she was doing, and everything had to start over from step one because the long jump starts at step 1, so we can get off in step 12, step 16, where we're going to go. And that was where the issue was on the run up. Now she's getting up in the air. We're starting to fly. Now we got another piece that we're dealing with at the end. But it's all progressive to me per that person. For my boy sprinter, it's a different thing. We're working on the top, not the bottom for him. Right, right. So, and that's hard, but it's more beneficial to the athlete in the long run. Right. Not having practices geared towards a whole group and then pushing them all in the bucket means that, I'm going to spend a little more hours programming the days. Right. And what we're going to do and how we're going to have split days, who we're going to have in the pit only. Right. Who's going to take who, how I'm going to split it up between my other coaches. And then I let the coaches know this is what we're trying to do here. In this 3-week block. We want to move from this speed in this part of the race to here. Right. And this is how we're going to do it. Right. And that's how we kind of move it. Sometimes that means the team can't be so big. Right. For me, it has to be big enough to be impactful. Right. To possibly win championships. But it can't be so big that I lose control of what we're trying to do. Right. Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And you know, you're one of the rare coaches because it's I know your wheelhouse is more so the long jump. Is it safe to say that? You know, because I did multi.
Right, your background and what you've done.
Is my wheelhouse.
Right, but to say that, you know, I know that you're a technical guy as well. Yes. You know, so to find somebody that is technical in a field event and when it comes to sprinters as well, that's rare. You know, typically you'll find a head coach and they only fall in one area. They don't fall in field events as well as the technical components and aspects on the track as well. So I noticed that about you in your practices, that you know you were a technical guy on both sides. when I'm around coaches such as yourself, Coach O, Coach Lee, a lot of the guys that are kind of in the same space that I am at the same time, you may not notice, but I'm watching. I'm watching your style. I'm watching your technique. I'm watching how you relate to the athletes. You know, how your athletes relate to you. Because to me, that's huge. That shows that, you know, actually it was a coach that I wanted to get to yesterday that I did not get a chance to get to. That was at the track meet. And I wanted to commend him on the way that he was just mentally motivating and uplifting his kids after every race. And I really, you know, admire how he was doing it and going about it with each and every athlete that he has. You know, and like you say, mentally, you need to know where your athletes are. Each athlete is different. No athlete is the same. I try to tell people that all the time. You can't coach every athlete as if it's the same athlete, because it's not. They're different. They're different mentally. And if you can't reach them mentally, how are you going to reach them physically? You can't. They're going to shut down. They're not going to absorb what you're trying to teach them. So, no, I definitely follow you with, you know, when you're talking about the mental aspect, communicating with them, letting them know what you see, where you're trying to take them, how they can advance, and you know, the program of what you're laying out for that school and the team in general. And not having the fact that they're smaller as far as in size, that really allows you to hone in more on the details and the aspects of the technical part, because now you got 20 or 30 as opposed to 50 or 60. And with the time span that you have each day to try and coach them and train them, it makes it that much more impossible to really be as effective as we got another caller. Caller, thank you for calling in for Next Level Youth Track and Field Talk Show. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I am, caller.
Hi, this is Charmaine Yarbrough, and I'm calling from actually from Fort Washington, but I live at my daughter's house-in-law. But what I want to ask for Noah is, she said she started track when she was 3. Could she expand on what club she started with, who coached her when she first started doing long jump, that sort of thing?
Are you the coach?
Am I a coach? No.
Okay.
Okay, so
I worked at the school where she went to school.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, caller.
So I started when I was 3, and I ran for New Wave Track Club all the way up until I was 13, all the way up until I went to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And my coaches were like Coach Karen, my mom, of course, and a lot of people that helped me along the way, like from other coaches that were already in high school, like coaches around Suitland, because we used to practice on a Suitland track, so the Suitland coaches would see me and they would help me out when I was doing hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and Miss Yarbrough, you know, recruited my sister, so that's how she started running track and how I eventually got on the track too.
Mm-hmm. So is your sister still running?
Yeah, my sister runs. She attends Fairleigh Dickinson University, and she's running track.
Okay. And what were her specialty events? Was she a field event as well, or?
No, she wasn't a field event person. She she ran most of the time, and I'm only in field events because in 11, 12, 13, 14, I did multi-events. I did the pentathlon, so I had to do high jump, long jump, hurdles, the 800. So by the time I went to high school, I already knew how to do those things. So it was easy for me to just go in the event.
Right, and it's actually it's great to start younger.
Yeah.
So when you get to high school, you've already been through the process and understanding the beginning as far as the aspect. That makes it easier for a coach to pick up from there and then continue your path along as far as the progression is concerned. We tell a lot of the athletes over at well, it doesn't matter where they at, but at Glenarden, we tell a lot of the parents, if that's what you're considering, start them early. Don't wait until they get into high school. Start them early, because once they get into high school, their mindset and focus is kind of already in one direction, and then you're talking 2 years of development that's going to take that freshman and sophomore year out of the window, and then they just got the junior and senior year. So start them early. Don't wait until they get to high school if you want them to be involved in field events as well. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Next Level Youth Track and Field Talk Show. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back to Next Level Youth Training Talk Show. We are here with our guest, Genoa Sayers from Carroll. I have a question for you about your upcoming meets and the goals that you have for them and your long-term goal for the end of this season. Like, what do you hope to accomplish and have done?
Okay, so the next track meet I have is at Bishop McNamara, and I want to really, in long jump, I really want to hit about 18 or 19 feet because I really want to make it to nationals, and making it to nationals as a 10th grader is different from making it as a freshman because freshmen, they have their own league.
Right, they have their section.
Yeah. But you in emerging league championship, it's a whole different ballgame.
You with the big
Right.
dogs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
graduated.
Yeah.
After that freshman year, you graduated.
My long-term goals for the season would be, of course, making it to nationals and just dropping time, increasing distance, training harder, and trying to be a beast for the next 2 years of high school and really be ready for college.
I like that. Did you build her up to that? That came with the package.
That came with the package.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about. I was trying to get them riled up at the meet the other day. They was looking at me like, something wrong with this guy. What's wrong with him? I said, look, what was it? It was the seated heat of the 4x2. It was the seated heat of the 4x2. And I moved one team around. I took one team from, I think it was Western Branch, from the fourth heat and put them in the seated heat. They didn't want to run. They didn't want to run. I said, man, you just got put into the seated heat. Why y'all over there looking like y'all want to run? Is this not why you here? Are you not here to be in the finals? You just got bumped up to the seated heat, and y'all want to complain. So are you serious? Why you here? Why you go to practice? Why you sweating? Why you wasting your time? If you going to complain, I just gave you a gift. I removed you from one heat, put you in the seated heat, and y'all over here looking like, man, why we in the seated heat? We don't want to run with them. What? Yeah, that irritates me. That irritates me. Coach Rob, why they putting in that work? What they putting in the work for?
I can't tell
Just
you.
to keep running in the next heat, closer to the seeded heat? You want to get to the finals?
The big dog, you get in with the big one.
Yeah, man, yeah. I guess the lesson to that was don't give them what they didn't deserve.
Exactly.
That's what's gonna happen next time. They ain't deserve it, and I tried to give it to them. So you mentioned being a beast. So who are some of your idols? Who inspires you in track and field?
Allison Felix, she really inspires me. She's a good 1-2 400 runner, and I really want to be well at the 400. So, and my 1 and 2 times are increasing. So,
Yeah, her sister loves her. She loves Allison Phillips.
yeah. Everyone loves Allison Felix.
Yeah. It's a great role model right there.
Right.
Jean, who's your role model?
Me personally has to be Carmelita. Definitely.
Carmelita Jeter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say that because she specializes in the events I do, but not only that, there's not many female runners who are out there and professional that have like the same body build as me and are fast. Like she's definitely top 3, number 1, and her body type is like mine. Usually you see more like slender, long legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the opposite of me. I'm short, thicker, so definitely her, I'd have to say.
Okay. Those are I can't say nothing bad about those role models. They're definitely outstanding women, outstanding athletes. I think they've carried the U.S. very well, and on and off the track. So that's definitely great role models to strive for. So let's see here. What's your bad day like? Give me your bad day. What's your bad
day on the track?
Yeah, your bad day at practice.
Oh, at practice.
Is your name being called too much? You don't like the workout?
It's most likely I didn't like the workout, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it anyway, cry about it later. I wouldn't really cry, but still. Yeah, just not really liking the workout.
Mm-hmm.
I know it will be intense most of the time, but it's to build me up later, so I get through it. When everyone else is like, I don't want to do it, I'm going to jog, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I tell them, y'all need to stop because you got to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to push people at practice and push myself.
So you're the person on the team that if your teammates are slacking or you see them slacking, you're trying to boost them up or say, like, we need to do this if we want to get here, if we want to reach our goals. We can't BS at practice and then hope to see the results we want at the meets.
I'm definitely that teammate that will encourage you to do better and push you, and I'm a captain, so
that's good. That's good.
As a sophomore, that's huge. I know this gentleman over here wouldn't put that patch on just anybody, so that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. What's like one of the toughest workouts you've gone through?
One of the toughest workouts I've gone through, like through high school, would be running a 600 and then going straight into a mile jog after that to do 4 more timed 200s and then have to go to weight room. So that would definitely be excuse me. Would definitely be
You see,
that wasn't him.
A 600.
Wouldn't know what that was for.
Well, we just did it. Don't ask questions. We get more. We just did it.
I could not imagine running a 600 in practice. If Coach Lee told me that,
we not even gonna talk about that.
Yeah, you don't
I
get used
don't
to
know.
it. You don't get used to it.
I don't know what I would do.
Pass
I mean, I would
out.
run it.
Pass
but
out, spaz out,
Yeesh.
do all of the
A
above
600.
before you actually race. I'm sure you'd spaz out. He'll tell me about it.
Only in my head, though. I wouldn't do it to Coach Lee. Only in my head.
I'll hear about it later. What they had to do at practice, I'll hear about it later. What who do you like to compete against in the area? Who motivates you? You know, I know that William and Eric both motivate each other, as well as Eric Allen over at Bullis. Those three kind of motivate each other to excel, and they like competing against each other at the meets. Who do you like competing against?
I like competing against girls from Bullis because they're really fast, and usually when I'm in the heat with those like top names in the country, my times they increase. So I like running against them, even though I may not win the heat, it may not come top 1, 2, or 3, but at least my time is dropped. That's what really matters. And I like competing against Lauren Morgan. She's a really humble athlete, and she's really fast, and my time increases with her too.
Yeah, I saw Lauren yesterday. She's a special breed. She's definitely a special athlete and person. I really like Lauren. Saw her yesterday. She was already on the show a couple of weeks ago. She did well yesterday. She did very well yesterday. So yeah, that's somebody definitely to look up to as far as liking to compete against at the track meets, because she gonna bring it every
All the time.
every meet. She gonna bring it. She's not playing. She's there. I was looking at her in the bullpen. She had her game face on in the bullpen. Like, I'm just ready to get this over. Let's go. We need to get this moving. So no, that's definitely somebody out there that's putting in some great times.
Reading the comments.
No.
Somebody, y'all Willock.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Congratulations, your mom seems like your rah-rah section. C, does your mother usually travel with you for away games?
Most of the time she travels with me. She tries to be there as much as she can, but if she has work, I tell her it's okay if you don't make the track meets. She always comes to the local one, so it's okay.
What's your favorite meet throughout the indoor and outdoor season?
My favorite meet would have to be New Balance because there are a lot of big names there, and it's nice to see everyone compete and be happy, and it's just really nice for me to go to and watch.
Great experience.
And compete against them.
Is there anything that you would like to say, like, about how your technique has developed over the years and how you think that maybe it's gotten better, or what you've done to improve it?
So for my technique, I usually run longer distances to make my shorter distances times faster.
Right.
And it helps my endurance because I don't have much. So when I run those longer distances, it helps my endurance. So when I run 200s, it helps my speed on the runway for long jump because I could come down the runway faster. Yeah, definitely. So when I run 600s, my 200 and 100 time can increase. So it's good.
You know why I'm looking at you, but I'm not even gonna say anything. Coach, what you got going on this summer, man? I know you got something going on. Tell the people, tell the viewers You know, the wonderful things you're doing in track and field with our local athletes.
Well, of course, we're going to be doing summer track. It will be.
She's a good athlete.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Other than that, right now I'm working with Coach Tamlin Antoine and Coach Pamela Fish and a few others, and we're putting together the team that's going to go down to New Mexico mid-June for the Great Southwest track and field meet, where we're going to be running against Jamaica and Texas, California, Florida. Bring our DMV team down there. Right now we got, of course, Will Henderson and Eric Harrison right now getting ready for this 4x1. Still putting that team together. The girls 4x4 team is going to be pretty tough too. And I just spoke to Njari McNeil's mom yesterday. Of course, Lauren Morgan for the 4x1.
You had Casey. Drop a 55 yesterday.
I'm talking to Coach Alonso about his great athletes too.
Dude, do you know how far she's come?
Amazingly. I remember her first freshman year.
No, listen. The first time she came out and started running track was at Glenard.
I remember.
13, 14. And to see where she's at today, oh, man. I mean, she gets out in that track in that 400, she puts it down. The 400 and the 2, she puts it down.
That 55-0 yesterday was a statement.
Yes. That was
the first one out.
Out the gate.
Yeah, that was
out the gate.
Really
out the
run.
gate. She dropped a 55 in the we're talking about the open, people.
Yeah.
It's not, that wasn't a split.
This is not split.
That was in the open 55. So she gonna go 54. She gonna go 54 to something. It's a given.
It might be very, very. So
Hey, that's a given. She gonna go 54. So that's. But I mean, just how far she's coming.
Well, I like to see the progression of all the athletes that come up through our ranks, through summer training into the high school. This is a whole lot of them.
Yep.
This young lady next to me, I expect her to keep coming down. Last year she had 13-1. She's at 12-5 now. We're going to go down. She actually just broke the record for the 100 yesterday for the school.
Okay.
She put that on her resume too.
Okay.
We're going to keep on dropping.
What was that yesterday? 12?
She went 12:53 yesterday. So we've gone down 0.6.
I'm telling you what to do. Like I told Lauren, put them records out of reach.
Exactly.
So when you gone and you come back and you walk those hallways, that's your name. That's your name. And when those kids are there that's on that track club are coming around, they got somebody that their name's on the wall and they're standing there in front of their face. You know, that they can say, wow, if she did that, she's going to inspire me to try and do that as well. So definitely, I mean, put them out of reach if you can. Put them out of reach. We got a question from Facebook. I think they want to ask you. It says, how do you stay focused when the meet is not going like you want it to?
I stay focused by not letting certain events determine how the rest of my meet is gonna go. Like if I do bad in one event, I don't let it say, oh, my day's gonna go bad just like this event. I try to keep a positive mindset and I do good in other events because I did bad in one. So
how do you deal with the coach coming up to you with an event that you weren't expecting to run that day? How do you handle that? Do you spaz out?
No, I don't spaz. I just do it.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just looking at the mic.
Did I say
I'm not
anything,
looking
Coach?
at you.
Why is she looking over here at me?
There are those athletes that will give you the crazy eye if you walk up and say, I got to put you in 4x4 right now. You know, might fall out on you.
Yeah, they'll pass out on you. I gotta do what? You mean what? I wasn't expecting this. I'm ready to go. Got my bag packed.